What's happening YouTube? Hashtag Tom here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, I've got a bit of a different one. I decided I really like Future Stars, so I thought I would give you my insight on what I think of the Future Stars promo that has just started literally 30 minutes ago. So in this video, I'm just going to talk about all the players, what they offer, are they good value for money or not, and as a pro, what players I would use in my team and what sort of things I look for when I'm trying to decide if these players are good value for money or worth fitting in. If you do enjoy this content, it's a little bit different to what I usually do. Leave a like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments you want to see more of this. But let's basically get straight into it. No messing about. Let's see what Future Stars team number 1 is all about. So as we can see on the screen, EA released the first team of the Future Stars, 11 players, and also a player pick SBC. This is team 1. I think there's a few surprises in there. For me, I didn't expect Bergwijn to get one, even though I'm a Spurs fan. I thought he hasn't been too in form and he's 23. He wouldn't get one. But I was hoping for a Gravenberch. Really, I was hoping for a Gravenberch. I thought 89 Gravenberch locked in. We also got Harvey Barnes. Oh, it's Harvey Barnes. It's an equaliser. Harvey Barnes is in there as well. So it's actually a pretty good team 1. And I think the Bruno SBC is actually very good as well. Something where you can choose a position. You can either have him a centre mid or a CDM. Great addition. I think Future Stars is going to be a good promo from what's been released so far. First player we're going to look at is Diogo Dalot, former United player. We're going from the lowest rated to the highest rated here. He is a left back with the right foot. However, he is getting a card next week as a right back, which will be decent. So my first worry is I would never really play a left back with the right foot. It doesn't work for me. You need your left back, left-footed, right foot, right-footed. He's 3-star, 3-star, no problem for a fullback. Don't think that's too important. When we go into his stats here, he's quick. 88 pace, very, very decent. Obviously, we slap a shadow on him, boost that pace even higher. Then we go into the important stats. Dribbling is always helpful because agility and balance are always key for defenders. I feel like when they're defending attackers, you need them to move and jockey really, really quick. Defending, all good really in the 80 pluses. Obviously could be a little bit better, but defensive awareness I think is a big stat this year. I've noticed players with bad defensive awareness make mistakes when you don't control them. So like if you don't control him, he'll be standing behind the rest of your defence and playing players onside, things like that. I've noticed that a lot in pro games. He's got good stand tackle, good slide tackle, all on the physical as well. Nice jumping. He's also 6 foot. 6 foot with good jumping. Crossing is not too much of a problem, but it won't happen. Stamina 82, strength 82, aggression 88. So he's actually a decent card. Dalot's also coming in at only around 90k on PS, which I think is good value for money. I think he's a decent card. I like him a lot. I would say if you're using that sort of team, Serie A team, he could be better or cheaper than the Hernandez headliner. Obviously the 87 is pretty useful. This could be a good alternative, and that is what Future Stars is about. It gives you a load of alternatives to the already meta players. I think that's why it makes it such a good promo. If Isak, the young striker, is now at Sociedad, he was at Borussia Dortmund if I remember correctly. Now this is a bit of a weird one. For me personally, I don't enjoy strikers that are this tall anyway. 6'4", for some reason just doesn't seem to work on FIFA if we're talking about the meta as such. But you know, there's still a lot of good about him. He's coming in at roughly 150k right now, which isn't too bad. He's got one big thing which is massive for strikers. It's the 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill move. Straight away they can do a lot of the skills that you need, and obviously the 5-star weak foot is so key because you can jump on either foot without having to worry about potentially a worse shot. So 5-star weak foot, very good. Pace, he's a quick striker, 90 pace, 89 pace, sorry, 88 acceleration, 90 sprint speed. Finish is decent. Shot power. Also key in this situation isn't on there is composure. I feel like composure is always a good stat. 84 composure would do the job. Agility, 87 agility, 80 balance on a 6'4" man. It's very impressive. Physical's okay, obviously jumping strength. Aggression lets him down. I personally would say I wouldn't use Isak. I can't tell you what you can and can't use. It's all our own game. But I personally wouldn't really go near Isak just because I think he would be too stiff for me in the actual game. But a 4-star, 5-star striker, you never know. You could enjoy him. Definitely worth a try if you can fit him into your team, because 150k doesn't seem all too expensive considering the stats on show here. The next player we're looking at is Lunin, the Real Madrid keeper, who I'm actually impressed with here. I've just had a look. I've just compared him to Ederson as well. And I think he's actually a decent card. First thing I look at in a keeper is his weak foot, because when you're pressed and people are trying to nick the ball off you, you need to be confident in kicking on either foot, either his left or right. Same weak foot as Ederson, so we like that. I'm comparing him to Ederson because that's what I use in my pro team at the minute. 6'4", that's a big man. That's a big man and a big frame, which we love to see. I take that every day of the week. 6'4" keepers. I feel like bigger frames in FIFA just seem to do something. I'm not sure why. They seem to get in the way of the ball more. Bigger frames, cover more of the goal. They get in the way of the ball. Good diving, good handling, good kicking, good reflex, good positioning. The one thing that I find a little bit off is how slow he is. For me, 49 speed is not great. I think Lunin, if you've got Varane, whack him in. He seems very, very decent on the basis of his stats. Obviously, I always believe in FIFA that stats aren't always that key, because some players, they play better than their stats suggest in game. I've seen that a load of times, but just from looking at him, the only thing that seems to let him down is the speed. So if you like someone off his line, don't use him. If you don't really bring your keeper out, then he's definitely worth a try, and obviously decent links as well, so why not? And we're on to the next one, and potentially the star boy of the Team 1. I think the best player from what I've seen is Reece James. I've actually known about him a while because Harry used to go on about him all the time, but this Future Stars card is unbelievable. Firstly, for a fullback, height, 6 foot, decent. 3-star, 3-star, decent. High, medium, we can deal with that. That's perfectly fine for a fullback. I feel like instructions overlap work rates this year, so if you put him on stay back, he will stay back. Let's get into his in-games. The pace 91 is what we love to see. He's absolutely rapid. Shooting, irrelevant. Passing, crossing's good, 93 in case you try and swing him in. Short passing, 84. We take that. Long passing, 82. Decent stats for a fullback. Agility, 87 is lovely. And the 80 balance as well. For a defender, I like that a lot. I feel like with the jockeying, you need him there. Ball control, 90. Dribbling, 89. Reactions, composure, also decent. We go into defending. The main stats for me here are the bottom three. The defensive awareness is key. It's actually better than Kyle Walker's inform, which I love. Kyle Walker's inform I use at centre-back. Stand tackle, 92. Slide tackle, 87. Look at his physicals as well. He's also very, very strong. 88 strength does us wonders there. Now, what I'm going to tell you about Reece James, what I'm going to do for the Pro Qualifier tomorrow, I'm 90% sure, is I'm going to get Reece James on 7 chemistry over Kyle Walker. His stats dwarf him in every aspect virtually, particularly the defensive awareness has higher, the agility, the balance, them sort of things. I think they're very key for a defender. They're what I look for straight away. So I'm going to use James on 7 chem over Kyle Walker inform. Now, Kyle Walker inform is about 1 million coins as I say this. Reece James is like 300k. It's a 700k difference, and James is a better card. I'm telling you, if there's one player you get in your team, it has to be Reece James. This man is an absolute machine. I'm struggling to find anything wrong with him. Potentially one of the best centre-backs in the game. Although he is a right-back. You can use him at right-back as well, but I use him at centre-back for the pace. Because of these through-ball merchants, I get him in at centre-back. This man is the man. If I had to give him a rating, it's a 9.5 for Reece boy. What a player. Yes, I've got English bias, but I think he is something special, and he can be lasting in your teams all the way up to team of the season now. And we are on to the next card. Dominik Szoboszlai. I think I've said that right. I'm not 100%. I've been butchering it all day. But this card is a very, very hype card. I was expecting him to come out. I remember speaking to Lyrics about this, and he told me that he could be the man. I think he's changed to a left midfielder. I think he's a centre mid, which is a bit weird. When we look at his height, 6'1" is fine for a winger. UCR7 out wide. Medium, low. Not great, but something we can work with. 4-star, 4-star, always good. If we go into his in-games, firstly, he's rapid. That's the first thing of FIFA 21. If they're rapid, we like them, they're in. Seems to be the meta this year. You need the quick players. In terms of shooting, attacking positioning, finishing, shot power, volleys, pens, all of that good stuff, he's actually pretty good. I can see why he's so expensive, because on the face of the stats, he's got a bit of everything. You can see every stat is pretty juiced up. His physical is all good. Aggression, I don't really see aggression being a problem. Obviously, he can't defend, but I think realistically, if you're going to play him, you're not really playing him to defend or tackle for you. He's trying to get you goals in the box. But the only issue I've got with him is that he's coming in at 700k on PS right now. And I suppose there's not many Bundesliga alternatives. You know, you've got your Gnabry, you've got Diaby, but they're not as balanced, they're not as good as his card. But I do think for that reason, he ends up being a lot more expensive. I think 700k is just a bit too much to pay for him. But on the face of the stats, he actually does look like an unbelievable card. I'd just be interested to see in-game how he'd play, being a 6'1" tall winger. Definitely, if you're one of the rich high rollers, then get him in and experiment. But I don't know if I'm convinced on him. There's something around him that I'm just not convinced of. I think it's his position. I think if you gave me this in a different position, we would be fine. But as a winger, I'm not too sure how good he would be. For me, the one reason I play CR7 as a tall winger. It's mainly because of the 5-star skills. With 4-star, 4-star, be interested to see how it would work. But yeah, someone that quick would be dangerous. Let me know what you think in the comments in this one, because I'm not actually too sure. I'm very, very 50-50. I'm sitting on the fence here. The next card is a special one. Dest. What a player he is. He is looking unbelievable. Okay, the one issue we can find here is the high-low work rates. Don't think the height's an issue. 4-star, 4-star is perfect on a fullback. I feel like you do want good weak foot on your fullback, just in case you get caught in a bad situation with him. High-low is a bit sticky, but I'm telling you, this guy is a serious player. Serious. Look how quick he is, by the way. Absolutely rapido. One of the quickest fullbacks in the game. Passing's good. Short pass, long pass. We're here for that. The dribbling's great as well. Everything's perfect. Like the agility, 97. Oh, what a player. What a player. The only issue I have is I can't link him in my team. If you can link him in your team, get him. Now, I'm telling you, this guy has it all. It was actually Shori's favourite. Shori was behind me. First thing he said is Dest is unbelievable. He is expensive for a fullback, coming in at 362k, but for good reason. He is just an absolute joke. Defensive awareness is there, the interception's there. Heading, actually, I'm not really bothered about. Stand tackle, slide tackle, all is Gucci. Jumping, this is the one problem, okay? He might have a bit of issues if someone's going to cross it, but then crossing is not consistent on this game, so I wouldn't stress about that too much. Stamina's a joke. Strength, he could do with a little bit more, but make sure you get a chem style on him to boost his strength. And then that's it. What a card. I'm telling you, I don't know what they've done. They've released 2 fullbacks that are genuinely good enough to stay until at least team of the season at absolute minimum. Him and James are a complete joke. Dest, you are the man. You're a bit expensive, but you're still the boy. I'm going to give you a 9.5. I'll give you a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. I don't know. You're just so good, mate. You're so good. What a player. Full hats off to you. I love you. Next up is Kulusevski, the Juventus Don. The first thing we like about this is he links to CR7. That's what we love to see. The thing I don't like about this is 6'1" as a winger again. Personally, I'm not here for that. High medium is fine, left foot fine, 4-star, 4-star Gucci. Can't be any lower on attacking player. I personally think you need at least 4-star, 4-star, unless you're an absolute freak that can do otherwise. I like 4-star, 4-star. Pace is looking juiced up, 93, 92. Good stuff. Shooting is not bad. Volleys and penalties for me are irrelevant because you're going to have a penalty taker in your team, sorry. So don't look into it. Long shots decent. Finishing and composure is good. I think them two are linked. Finishing and composure, attacking position. Passing is all good as well. Obviously, we don't really care about free kicks. Someone else can take them. Dribbling's nice. Agility 83, balance 83. For me, someone with 6'1", 83, 83 will not move as quick as someone with 5'7", 83, 83. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. I just find that is the thing. Rest of the stats are unbelievable there. Okay, you can't defend, which is fine. Jumping, not the end of the world. Stamina's can't get any better. Strength and aggression is good. So really, on the face of it, this card is decent. But again, it comes this question. Would I pay 485k for this card? I'm not really sure. It's mainly because I use 4-4-2 with wingers. One position that I've seen Tom Stokes use, a pro, big up Stokes, he's using him as a left wing back. Although his defending is not great, you don't actually do too much defending with your left wing back. So maybe for any of them 5-back guys out there, he could be good, could be usable as a left wing back, but I would personally stay away with him. I think 485k on PS is too much for someone like that, especially someone that tall. Don't ask me why. Attacking players, they just need to be small for me. Not small, but they need to be a bit more agile and a bit more balanced. I feel like that is linked with a height. So, personally, it's a no from me, although I can see why people would use him. So, we'll go a little bit lower. We'll give him a 6 out of 10. Some room for improvement, but I like the card on the face stats. I just don't think he'd be that good in game. Next up, we've got one of our very own, Harvey Barnes. Oh, it's Harvey Barnes. He is actually decent on the stats. I like his stats, but there's one issue that we can see here right away. One problem right away. He's got 3-star skill moves. For me, I am a skill move merchant. I need 4-star everywhere. So if you like skills, Harvey Barnes is not your man. However, we can talk about him if you're not one of them that does too many skills. 3-star skill moves is fine. We look at 91 pace, very good. Shooting is all good. Passing is all good. Dribbling as well. Okay, the strength isn't great. So on stats, he's actually decent. But for me, 3-star skill moves is where we go wrong. And I think a better alternative is the Jack Grealish 87 card. Jack Grealish, I can see on my right here, actually has more agility and more balance as well, which is so key for a cam. Grealish has got 4-star, 3-star, but Grealish has the 4-star skill moves. So I think that's very, very key. So again, if you don't like skill moves, then Barnes is decent, although again coming in at 400k for me is pricey. It's very, very pricey, so I would stay away from Barnes. 3-star skill moves, that price. Grealish is a good alternative if you did him as well. So yeah, let's give Harvey Barnes. I'm sorry, mate, I love you, I love the commentator talking over you, but you're going to get a 5.5 from me. You need some more skills in your life. And we're on to the next one. As a Spurs fan, my favourite of the future stars, Stevie B. I'm surprised he got one realistically, but we don't care. He's 4-star, 4-star, lovely to see. High, medium work rates. The guy's got everything. I think it's better to ask here, what can he not do? If you look at these stats, the only thing that's lacking that actually matters is his long pass, and even then that's not that essential. So yeah, Stevie B, absolute player and a half. His jumping's not great, but guess what? We're not playing basketball. It doesn't really matter. I don't think tall jumpers are the big meta like they were in FIFA 19. Everything else is pretty ridiculous. However, he's going to cost you an arm and a leg. He's coming in at a mil on PS. So the only thing that lets Bergwijn down is how expensive he is. Because he's got the Prem links, because he's a card that most people want, he's going to have a high price. So basically, if you're looking to spend big, he's your man. But if we're talking value for money, Bergwijn doesn't do too much. What I would say, unbelievable card. I know I'm biased. He's got it all, but he's a little bit too expensive. So where I'd love to rate him a 9, I'm only going to give him an 8 because of how expensive he is. Let me know if you think he's value for money, but I think 1 mil is a little bit excess. And here we go, the star boy, the most expensive player in the promo, if I'm right. We've got Camavinga. Play Football Manager, you know about this man. He always unbelievable. He's like a Patrick Vieira reincarnated, basically. We're looking at 6 foot, high. The one thing that lets him down, and this is the reason why I think he's overpriced, he's 3-star in centre midfield. That is his only problem. If we look into his stats, he's part of the Hullet gang. 84 plus in every single base stat. Looking at a good pace. The shooting's decent as well. The passing's unbelievable. He's got a range of passing with the short and long passing the way it is. He's agile. He can dribble. He can defend. He's got 90 tackling, 87 defense awareness, and stamina strength. It's all a joke. He is an absolute disgrace of a card. But the problem is, he's coming in at 2.8 million coins on PS4. Basically, he's going to be unattainable for a lot of people, but there's a reason why. When you're that good, you're going to be that high price. Obviously, he's got the French links as well. France are always very, very strong in Ultimate Team. He can link to a lot of people, specifically looking at Neymar and Mbappe. So basically, if you're really, really meta and you have an expensive team, you'll have Neymar and Mbappe. So Camavinga will fit perfectly. The only issue I've got is he's too expensive. He's too expensive. But saying that, great card. We'll give him an 8.5 out of 10, but you've got to drop from 2.8 million, man. We can't have you that expensive. And the other star boy of this promo is Giovanni Reyna. He is also good because of the Bundesliga links. A lot of you have these Bundesliga teams running. He's 4-star, 6'1", little lanky, maybe a little bit of a problem. Also coming in very expensive at 1.8 million coins. He's quick, he can shoot. He's got a bit of everything again. They are very, very good. Him and Camavinga, 2 unbelievable cards. He's got 95 balance and 99 agility, by the way. That is unbelievable. I really do want to test him out just to see how much that affects a taller player. Obviously, stamina, strength, all good. He doesn't need defending. He's an attacking player. You don't defend with someone like Gio Reyna. Really, he's another really, really, really well-rounded player. It's just, again, that price tag might just be a little too expensive. 1.8 mil. I think these future stars, the ones that are star boys as such, they do have a price boost. When people are very, very hyped around them, they do get a massive boost. Also, he's got another card coming next week where I think he's a right midfielder next week with a few different stats. Interested to see how that will affect the price. But yeah, again, he's one for the rich people. If you're rich, you can link him. He is your man. I'm telling you, this guy will play very, very well. Although, I'd be interested to see if 6'1" can cut it. Because, for me, a cam, anyone attacking needs to be nimbly. Needs to be nimbly. I've said it enough times. I don't know if he'll be that, but 99 agility, 95 balance. We can see something special there. You're only getting an 8 out of 10 for me, pal. And then last but not least, we've got the SBC Bruno. First things first, right? You need to use the CDM. If you're going to do this SBC, use the CDM version because he is 3-star, and his shooting and his tackling stuff is never that good. So get it boosted for the CDM versions because he is unbelievable as a defensive midfielder. He's going to be your anchor man. I always say you need one anchor man, one ball player. This is going to be anchor man. So we get the holding midfield version. He's 6 foot. He's got high defensive work rates. 3-star, 3-star isn't the end of the world considering he's going to be anchoring. The pace is good for a centre midfielder. 80 pace is still decent enough to cut it in my opinion. Shooting is practically irrelevant because you shouldn't really be shooting with him too much. Passing's great in there. The dribbling's decent as well, although he could be a bit more agile, could be better. Defending is a joke. Look at this guy, by the way. Heading actually is one we ignore, and then he's got 91 interception, 91 defensive awareness, 92 stand tackle, and 86 slide tackle. He is crazy at defending. Same goes for physical as well. Very, very good. So if you're looking for an anchor man in Liga 1, he's going to link with Neymar, he's going to link with Mbappe, any more links. Kazawa's got that 86 card. This could be your man. He's coming in at roughly 230k on PS4. So what I would say is if you've got fodder and he fits in your team, then I would definitely recommend him. I think he's a very good card. Me and Shuri are actually debating whether to use him in pro teams because right now we use Renato Sanchez and he's like 1 million coins. This guy for 200k could free up a lot of coins elsewhere. So the thing I would say is if the pros are considering using him, then he's definitely worth getting in. I'm not sure I will. It might be a little bit late in the day. It's currently 20 past 8 on a Friday evening. I've got qualifiers at 11 AM Saturday morning. So I might be a little bit too late for that change. So yeah, Bruno, what I would say is decent value for money, I think. If you can fit him in the team, then I'd 100% recommend trying him. But if you're going to use him as an anchor man. And there we have it. That is my sum up and what I would use for the Future Stars Team 1. I think there's a lot of potential with this promo. It's always one of the best. I'm hearing that there's going to be academy upgrades from the next week. There's also going to be a new team. There's going to be position changes. This promo is off to a very, very good start. I like the look of it. There's some good players in there. There's expensive high rollers. There's meta players that are good value as well. We're looking at Reece James namely. So I would say a good start to Future Stars. Hopefully next week Team 2 there's some unbelievable stuff. But yeah, if you do enjoy this content, I will do it for next week's Team 2 as well. So let me know in the comments. Leave a like if you do. Thank you all for watching and see you all on the next video.